Good morning, students. As we have learned in the previous video, Healthcare in India, in this video we will learn about public and private healthcare that is present in India. Let's understand the contrast between the public and private healthcare facilities with the story of Hakim Sheikh. Hakim Sheikh was a member of the Paschim Bang Khet Mazdoor Samiti, an organization of agricultural laborers in West Bengal. One evening in 1992, he accidentally fell off a running train and suffered head injuries. He was in a very serious condition and needed immediate treatment. He was taken to a government hospital in Kolkata, but they refused to admit him because they did not have a spare bed. Another hospital did not have the facility or the specialized doctors necessary for its treatment. In this way, he spent 14 hours in a critical state and was taken to 8 different government hospitals, but none of them admitted him. Finally, he was admitted in a private hospital where he received treatment. He spent a lot of money on his treatment as he was admitted in private hospital. Angry and upset over the indifferent attitude of all the hospitals that refused to admit him, Hakim Sheikh and the Mazdoor Samiti filed a case in the court. So children, do you know what did the court say in the case of Hakim Sheikh? The court said that the difficulty that Hakim Sheikh had to face could have cost him his life. The court also said that it was the duty of the government to provide the necessary health services with treatment in emergency situations, as he got the head injuries. Hakim Sheikh was denied treatment at various government hospitals. Therefore, the court asked the state government to give him the money that he had spent on his treatment after refusing 8 government hospitals. Students, we can see the difference between public and private healthcare facilities with the story of Aman and Ranjan. Aman, a child of poor parents, suffered from viral fever, whereas Ranjan, belonging to a rich family, and also suffered from viral fever. Aman was taken to the government hospital where his father stood in a long queue for a long time, whereas Ranjan was taken to a big private hospital. The doctor, upon examining Ranjan, Aman, prescribed some tests, whereas Ranjan's father had to pay rupees 500 to meet the doctor, and Aman's father has no need to pay any amount to consult the doctor. The reports came after 3 years in the government hospital, whereas Ranjan's reports came quickly as the tests were done in a friendly atmosphere and results were given also quickly. In the Aman case, they again went to doctor who prescribed just one fever reducing medicine. The entire cost was only 150 rupees. Whereas in Ranjan case, doctor prescribed a lot of medicines for viral fever and rest. The whole thing cost more than rupees 3,500. So you can see the difference between the public or the government and the private hospitals. From the Aman Ranjan story, you must have understood that we can roughly divide it up various healthcare facilities into 2 categories, that is public healthcare services and private healthcare facilities. So in first column, we can see public healthcare services. The meaning of public healthcare services is that this service is a chain of health centers and hospitals run by the government. They are linked together so that they cover both rural and urban areas and can also provide treatment to all kinds of problems, from common illness to special services. At the village level, we have the primary healthcare centers where there is usually a nurse and a village health worker. They are trained in dealing with the common illness and work under the supervision of doctors at the primary health centers. And such a center covers many villages in rural areas. At the district level is the district hospital that also supervises all the health centers. Large cities have many government hospitals, such as the one where Aman was taken, and also specialized government hospitals, such as the ones in Hakim Sheikh's story. On the other hand, private health facilities, we can include that there is a wide range of private health facilities that exist in our country. Then there are hospitals and nursing homes that are privately owned. Then we have that in the rural areas, one finds registered medical practitioners, RMPs. Urban areas have a large number of doctors, many of them providing specialized services. And the patients have to pay a lot of money for every services that they use. So there are many laboratories that do test and offer special facilities such as X-ray, ultrasounds, etc. And there are also shops from where we buy medicines. Next topic we have healthcare and equality. Is adequate healthcare available to all? So we know children that adequate healthcare is not available to all. In India, we face a situation where private services are increasing but public services are not. What is then available to people are mainly private services. These are concentrated in urban areas. The cost of these services is very high. Medicines are expensive. Many people cannot afford them or have to borrow money where there is an illness in the family. Sometimes wrong practices are encouraged to earn more money, like prescribing unnecessary medicines or tests. In fact, barely 20% of the population can afford all the medicines that they require during an illness. Hence, even for those who one might not think as being poor, medical expenses cause hardship. It was reported in a study that 40% of people who are admitted to a hospital for some illness or injury have to borrow money or sell some of their possessions to pay for their expenses. Sometimes it is not only the lack of money that prevents people from getting proper medical treatment. Women are not taken to the doctor. Women's health concerns are considered to be less important than the health of men in the family. Many tribal areas have few health centers and they do not run properly. Even private health services are not available in some areas. So, students, what can be done in those situations where adequate healthcare facilities are not available to all? So, there is a little doubt that the health situation of most people in our country is not good. So, it is the basic responsibility of the government to provide quality healthcare services to all its citizens. especially the poor and the disadvantaged. However, health is as much dependent on basic amenities and social condition of the people as it is on healthcare services. Hence, it is important to work on both in order to improve the health situations of people, and this can be done. Let's see some aspects or examples. We have two examples here, the Kerala experience and the Costa Rican approach. In 1996, the Kerala government made some major changes in the state. 40% of the entire state budget was given to panchayats. They could plan and provide for their requirements. This made possible for village to make sure that proper planning was done for water, food, women's development and education. This meant that the water supply schemes were checked. The working of schools and Anganwadis was ensured and specific problems of the village were taken up. Health centers were also improved. All of this helped to improve the situations. Despite these efforts, however, some problems such as shortage of medicines, insufficient hospital beds, not enough doctors remained, and these needed to be addressed. So let us look at an example of another country and its approach to issues of health. The Costa Rican approach. Costa Rica is considered to be one of the healthiest countries in South America. The main reason for this can be found in the Costa Rican constitution several years ago. Costa Rica took a very important decision and decided not to have an army. This helped the Costa Rican government to spend the money that the army would have used on health, education, and other basic needs of the people. The Costa Rican government believes that a country has to be healthy for its development and pays a lot of attention to the health of the people. The Costa Rican government provides basic services and amenities to all Costa Ricans. For example, it provides safe drinking water, sanitation, nutrition and housing. Health education is also considered very important, and knowledge about health is an essential part of education at all levels. Here we have some questions. Let's try to find out the answer of these questions. Thank you, children.